Hello YouTubers, 2006 Infiniti FX35, and this is right rear wheel, and we will be replacing the wheel bearing. There is a little bit of play and it makes humming noise. So first we will pull out this cover. So our vehicle is secured with the jack and jack stand under the vehicle. So next we'll remove the lug nuts, and those are 21 mil. Now we should be good to remove the wheel. Before we go any further, we will spray axle nut with WD-40 as well as the upper ball joint nut. Just to let it soak a bit in WD. Next we will undo the axle nut while we have brakes on, just in case we need to hold the rotor. So it's 1.25 inch socket, and I'm just using impact. If you don't have an impact, it's probably a good idea to get it loose while the vehicle is still on the ground. As you see, it was easy for this amazing tool with almost 1400 foot-pound loosening torque. So next we will need to remove the brake caliper together with the bracket. So it's 19 mil socket here and just one on the bottom. So there is not much room for the impact, so we'll just use the ratchet to get those removed. Also advise, when you do those, start with the bottom one, since if this is loose, if top is loose and you spin it on the bottom, this will swivel and you have a chance to get hit in the face. So do the bottom first and then the top one. I must admit, this is the most ridiculous location for those bolts on this vehicle I ever seen. So to get to the bottom one, I had actually to jack up the hub so the bolt clears of this trailing arm, and yeah, like need swivel head ratchet to get it loose because they're quite tight, so it will be difficult with the wrench. So yeah, in order to get it clear, you will need to jack up the hub and then you have access. So now when those two bolts are removed, I have pre-attached a piece of wire so you can hang those caliper and the bracket somewhere away from us, so it's not far away when we work. Alright, so next we should be able to pull out the rotor. Next we will install the axle nut back on, and we'll try to get that axle loose, and it went. It's loose now. Okay, so next we'll remove upper ball joint. So you need to remove this 19 mil nut. There is a Cotter pin just over that in that hole, though usually it's quite rusted, and it was in this case too, so you basically have to break it and drill it out. I was trying wiggle it out, but it did not work. So now we will remove the 19 mil nut, and for that, since it will be quite tight, you'll need to, you cannot get the ratchet on, so you'll need to double wrench this regular 19 mil box wrench and get it loose, and after that one wrench should work just fine. I'm not sure, you probably cannot see, so double wrenching. It's quite tight at the beginning, but when you get it loose, it shouldn't be too difficult to get the nut off with one wrench. So now when the nut is removed, we just slam this until our ball joint gets loose. Another good idea probably is just to put that nut slightly back in or slightly back on, so if you mess with the hammer you won't damage the thread. So a few more slams, couple pounds of rust on the ground, and this is loose. Just like that. Right, so next we have supported the control arm, the spring, to keep it compressed, and we will remove this bolt. It's 17 mil from both sides. So now we should have enough play on our hub to get to the bolts we need. Right, so the axle is out. Now we have access to 1, 2, 3, and 4 19 mil bolts. So hopefully I can get this time behind with the impact, because all previous ones, as weird as it sounds, there is no room for the impact to work with. So now when those 4 bolts are removed, I have put the upper ball joint temporarily back, and we will just try to hammer the old bearing off. We'll see how it goes. Here we go. So next, before we put the new bearing in, we will go with the file and we'll remove all the excessive rust all the way around to make sure that the new bearing is seated properly. So after it's filed, we will finish it with the wire brush. So now you can see it's all nice and shiny, no rust is left. So now we're ready to put the new bearing in. I will leave a link in the description to this bearing, so we will reuse old bolts. Just go from behind and we'll just get them started. You see how easy it goes in when everything is cleaned out after the rust. So this one is started, we will put 3 other in. Now with the torque wrench we will torque all 4 bolts to 64 foot-pounds. And I will leave the links to the tools and to the parts in the description to the video. So next we will remove the upper ball joint again. Just pull it up and we will put the axle back in. Since we already have this axle out, I have brushed it and I will apply some anti-seize, since they can get seized quite well inside. So if we need to remove it next time, it will be much easier with a little bit of anti-seize. I guess as a little tip how you get this hub in the position where you want it to be. So you can use a pry bar in one of the caliper holes and you can push it with your foot while you play with your hands. with the axle. So next we'll put the upper ball joint in. So now we are ready to get our upper ball joint tight. We do that since all those bolts and ball joints are getting old and rusty. Let's apply some anti-seize. There is not much room for the torque wrench to go on, so we will just get it tight enough so it's not going anywhere, as well as we will use the Cotter pin. Even if it gets loose, it won't come off. And as I said, it's quite tight in here even for the ratchet wrench. So now when the nut is tight, we will put the Cotter pin in, and guess what? We will apply some anti-seize on it too. So next person who works on this car doesn't have to use a drill. Just like that. So next we will install the control arm bolt, and we'll also apply some anti-seize on it. You get this leveled with the floor jack, just pushing it up, and then just wiggle your hub. So the bolt and the nut are 17 mil. So we got them tight, and we will torque them to 80 foot-pounds. Since there is not enough room on the nut side, we have torque wrench on the bolt side, and we'll put a bit more. So now we can put the rotor back on. So the only thing to remember to check if the surface is clean, as if there are any rust flakes, any debris, any mud, it won't sit properly on the hub, so that will cause issues with vibrations, with bad braking, as well as we will apply anti-seize all over the place over here. So two reasons: it will prevent the rust at least a bit, and the second reason, it won't get seized, won't get stuck. So next time you are removing your wheel, your rotor and a wheel, since this where the wheel will sit to, it will come off smoothly for you, and that's just because of the anti-seize. Also, since this brake shield is quite thin and rusted, I'm gonna make sure that it's away from your rotor, so it's not making noise when you put it back. So now we are ready to put the caliper back. So similar to the rotor, you want to make sure that those surfaces that sit on the bracket on the back are clean, out of rust. So we will go ahead with the wire brush and clean any bigger pieces of rust, and we'll do same on the other side. We'll check if it needs any cleaning. Okay, so next we'll put two caliper bolts back in, one on the top and one on the bottom. You might need to wiggle your caliper a bit to get it straight, and we will torque them to 80 foot-pounds. Just want to show you that I was able to get to the bottom bolt with the torque wrench, so it's shallow socket, small extension, and 3/8 torque wrench. So next we'll get the axle nut started, and we will torque it when the vehicle is on the ground. Next we'll put the wheel back on, and as a reminder, it's 21 mil nuts. When you tighten your wheels, go in a cross pattern. One there, one here, one here. So now we will lower the vehicle and torque the axle nut. So first we will torque the wheel lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds in the same cross pattern. So for the axle nut we will do 177 foot-pounds. Now we'll be good. Another thing that I've noticed, there is a hole for the Cotter pin. There was no when we took the wheel off, but we will get it installed. And that should be it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please check our links to the tools and parts. And as always, do it yourself.